What's up, y'all? V here today. I have a bike review for you. This is the Specialized Rockhopper Elite 29er 2021 model. This is the black colorway. Let's just call it stealth here. It's all blacked out, so really nice aesthetics. Basically today I'm going to go over some of the components on the bike, just a quick overview of the bike, and also some of my first upgrades that I recommend you to get. So let's get started. I'm gonna start in the cockpit area. The handlebar is a stout. I believe that is their in-house brand. It does have lock-on grips. Much kudos to that. Lock-on grips are really useful. You can easily take them off or tighten them up. The braking power here, it is Shimano MT201s, I believe. These are 2-piston brakes. Really good brakes. They will definitely stop you on the trail. The next thing is the Shimano Dior shifters in the front here. This one actually does have a little lever to show you what gear you're in. So really good for beginners, someone who wants to know, what the gears they're in. Also the the Dior shifters, really great for anybody, just because you press up, it goes up, press down, it goes down. Less thinking. I think it's really useful, and it's very reliable. It does come with a 60mm stem in the front here. 60mm is pretty good range. I typically ride 50 to 35. So if I were to keep this bike longer, that might be something that I will look into upgrading down the future. The head-to angle is 58.5, I believe. So it's not super slack. So you will have a more upright riding angle. Maybe someone that, you don't want to lean over too much or something like that. So definitely something to consider. I'm gonna head down now. This is the Rockshox Judy fork. This is 100mm of travel on this fork, and it does have a lockout on the top here, so you can either, if you're climbing, you can lock it out, and when you want to have some fun, go downhill, open it up. It does have rebound adjustment on the bottom as well, so really pretty solid fork. Continuing down here, this is the ground control tires that I believe is in-house as well. It is 29 by 2.3 millimeter, or 2.3, so pretty good tires. The tread on it looks pretty good pattern, so I haven't ridden it on a trail yet, so not too sure on that. The front has 180mm rotor, so that's definitely enough stopping power with the 2-piston Shimano brakes. So if that is the majority of your stopping when you're biking, so I think that's a good amount for the front. We're going to continue down the bike here. You can see up top it has internal routing, so the cables, you can hide them away. It looks really good. So the bike looks great, and the internal cable routing definitely adds to that. This is a size medium, and it does have two bottle mount rack or positions, so you can put your bottles here, 2 bottles, if you're into carrying water on your bikes. We're gonna go up here. This is the bridge saddle. This is a really comfortable saddle. I think this is on the comfier side of stock saddles. I've had some bikes with really bad stock saddles, so this is definitely, it was nice to see them add this one. Let's go down. This is a 1x system, 1x10, 1 in the front and then 10 gears in the back. I really like 1x systems just because it's easier on the rider. You don't have to think much when you're riding. You just click up and down when you're want to change gears. So really good package. The tooth on the cassette in the back is 11 to 42 tooth range. So do with that information how you will. Climbing wise, that 42 tooth isn't that big, so climbing might be a little difficult, but I'm not too sure. I will let you know once I ride this thing. The derailleur in the back here, Shimano Dior. Shimano Dior is a really good system, very budget friendly, but it works really well, so good package. The rotor in the back is 160mm rotor. It is not that big, but definitely your front one is your main stopping power, so it's good to have that one as the bigger one. Both front and rear Wheels is quick release, so to take off the wheels, keep that in mind. Now I'm just going to talk about some upgrades that I've added to the bike that I recommend you look into if you are considering this bike. This bike did not come with the dropper post, so that was one of the first things I added in here. This one is X Fusion, but you can go with any brand that you desire. I think dropper posts are very essential to mountain biking. When you're going downhill or something like that, you can just drop the seat, it gets out of the way, so you don't hit your seat when you're going over anything rowdy. And also, even if you're not planning to do that type of riding, just having the seat down, if you want to get off the bike, on and off the bike, it does wonders. So definitely recommend that and look into that if you are interested. The next thing is this bike didn't come with pedals, so I added the Specialized aluminum pedals here. You don't have to go with this one. This one is on the pricier side, but just know that you might have to upgrade your pedals because the ones that they come with might be like really bad ones, or it might not come with pedals at all. So just definitely that's something that you got to consider. The next thing, this bike is set up tubeless front and rear. I definitely recommend tubeless tires. It just makes maintenance a lot easier. You don't have to worry about tubes or pinch flats. So I think, yeah, you should consider those. But those are basically the three main upgrades or like things you should consider if you're looking into this bike. Consider spending some money into those items as well. Other than that, that's all it is for the upgrades. And just an overview of the bike. I think this is a really good package. It's a really good bang for your buck. It checks off a lot of boxes that you want when you're looking into a mountain bike. It has the one-by system. It has a fork that is a pretty decent fork for 100 millimeters of travel. And I believe it's an air fork as well. Forgot to mention that. So you don't have to deal with coils and all that. The braking system, 2 piston brakes, Shimano, really good. Your main braking power is in the front. The back one's just to assist. Dior, I love Dior, so that's a good package as well. So overall, I think this is a great bike for the price range. And for anyone who is getting into mountain biking and wants a good, solid, reliable bike that will last them for a while, this is definitely something to consider. However, just as FYI, this bike, I don't believe this bike is meant for any super aggressive trail riding. So keep that in mind. This is mainly for like your green trails, your blue trails, your fire roads and stuff like that. And just to get into the sport. And also like flow trails. I wouldn't take this down anything super technical just because one, it's 100 millimeters of travel in the front, and the head tube angle is not super slack. So, but again, I just want to say that that all depends on the rider, not the bike. So if you feel comfortable doing any of that, definitely take this bike down anything you want, but it's all up to the rider. Ride up to whatever you feel comfortable. But in my opinion, this is more of a beginner-ish trail bike, blue green trail. So keep that in mind. Other than that, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'll try to answer any of your questions. And hopefully this was an informative video, and hope you liked what you've seen. If you could, please like, comment, subscribe. That would be awesome. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next video where I do an actual trail riding video with this bike.